jamming together for quite a bit before that.
We've been to school together, so
Yeah,
that's how it starts. That's how we met.
He's my brother.
So we know each other for a pretty long time.
He's been playing guitar for forever.
I lived like 2 towns over, and I already had some projects with Jason. And just one day, I was actually a guitar player, and he walked in and he asked, "Hey, I know you have a bass. Do you want to play bass with us? We are starting this black metal project, blah blah blah. We have these people, and are you interested?" And I went out for a trial, and I went every rehearsal since, because
It just worked.
I love it when a plan comes together. When growing up, when going to school, we both influenced each other on music, like, you know, being friends, like, this band or this band, and so our musical influences, we shared it, and when you start jamming together, you have the same like wavelength, kinda, and then being Vincent and Jason being brothers, they kind of shared the same like musical, like they still have different.
Yeah, well, back then it was
influences,
completely different.
Yeah, but at this point, I think.
Yeah, it's changed over the years, but at the start he was really more like post-metal and post-rock oriented. Not only, but mainly in metal, and that's, I think, how what we play came to be. Because we're pretty black metal, just from, that's what we listened the most then.
And he,
most of the time he was listening to posts, so we were like wanting to do this black metal thing, and Jason came along and shoved some posts in there, and that's just how it blended. But we all loved how it sounded, and we were all very happy with what was coming together. So
it's a very good balance, because I remember sometimes I would come bring a riff to the rehearsal place or a part of a song, and they would say, "These 2 posts, we're gonna do something else with this," and then we would black metalize it a little bit more. And the other way around as well, the other riffs that are. The song is never going to be completely black metal or completely post-rock. It's always going to be this mix. I think to start with, we grew up a little, musical-wise. Got better musicians. We kind of our musical taste changed a little bit as well over the years. So I think that mostly, because I think it was 4 years between the albums. It's a lot of time.
Yeah, and the numbers we made for the first album, they all happened like very, not very, but like rather quickly. I mean, we made a number, it was nice. We made another one, we made a few songs, and we started playing gigs, and it all went very smoothly. And we made the album, we recorded it, and it was all new for us. So it's just like jumping into the deep. And then we started making new songs, and we already knew how we wanted to sound like, or what we wanted to change, and you grew up just gradually, and that's how the second album became what it was. And we took just more time, and we did. The first album was the best we could do at that time, and the second album was the best we could do at that time, 4 years later. And I think the same will be if we make another album, it will be the best we can do at that moment. So
because also you learn a lot when you record an album for the first time, because you're never prepared. You can think you're prepared, but then
if you've never been in the studio, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, so you're just like winging, the preparation, and then the timings, and in between the songs and everything, the tempos and everything. But then, like overdubs and shit like that, there's just, we didn't put that much thought in it. But then the second album, we knew, and, so he knew.
The last question that I do have does not come from me. It comes from the cup that is on the piano. In there is a bunch of random questions, so pick one, like just put your hand in, take out a piece of paper.
There is a sign on the piano, do not put anything on the piano, right?
Yeah, fuck the police.
Well, exactly.
There's nothing. So let me read out loud.
It's like a fortune cookie, but then with
Time to play devil's advocate. What is one stereotype about the music you play that is absolutely true, and why?
Oh,
Stereotype.
Yeah.
that you can't understand lyrics.
Yeah.
That we don't have
Definitely.
lyrics.
No,
We don't have lyrics.
we-
You just shout some shit on
No, no.
stage.
Yeah, we actually do have.
No, that you actually can't understand the singer. You can't
Yeah.
understand what he's singing.
Have you ever forgotten the lyric, but then like just said something else?
Oh.
Like, wouldn't matter.
We do have some lines that we have like misunderstood lyrics for. Whether it was a recording we had on a live concert that we afterwards just rewatched, and then like, oh, it sounds like you say something else, or even when we were recording our debut, that the technician said like, what are you saying here, and he was just making a joke about just misheard lyric I was doing. So sometimes I even just put that misheard lyric with for real in a song. So when I'm performing, I just say something else. But just forgetting my lyrics and screaming. Sometimes I just make like the
Noises?
the klinker, is it?
Vowels.
The vowels? What?
The vowels.
Vowels, right, apparently. So sometimes if I really forget it, I still know how it sounds like. I can make the vowels, apparently. And then when I'm doing that, then the lyric like just slips back into my mind. But I'm pretty good in remembering the lyrics in general, so not that often, no.